Broadcasting live in high definition. This is Eyewitness News at 10 on KBFX Fox 58.
Joining us tonight, I'm Courtney Bryant.
And I'm Kurt Rivera.
Yeah, right on all those, right there.
Well, I just repainted it.
Whoa.
A wildfire continues to rage out of control near Wofford Heights, threatening homes and forcing mandatory evacuations.
A viewer sent in this video, that you were just watching there of the Way wildfire. It started at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and it's grown to at least 1,200 acres at this hour.
Again, the fire burning in the Wofford Heights area near Lake Isabella. Check out a map showing exactly where it started on Jeanette Way and then quickly spread. It's burning on the north side of Highway 155 on the Kern River Ranger District of the Sequoia National Forest. Road closures are in effect on Highway 155 at Sierra Vista, Adams, Mountain View, and Rock Haven.
Tonight, mandatory evacuations are in place for Earl Pasco, Bristlecone, Sierra Vista, Sycamore, Needham, Loma, and Plata Road. As you see there on your screen, evacuees are advised to go to Kern Valley High School. That's where Red Cross volunteers are on the scene setting up a shelter for evacuees. And tonight we have team coverage on the Way fire.
Eyewitness News reporter Jose Gaspar spoke with residents whose homes threatened by the flames. Eyewitness News reporter Kendall Nunley went to the evacuation center talking with officials there.
We have Eyewitness News forecaster Anthony Bailey with the latest on how weather conditions will be affecting this fire, and reporter Tom Murphy with how fire officials now have the very latest. Tom?
Hey Courtney, we are here at the bottom just off of 155, and over my shoulder you can see what the fire is looking at right at this moment. It's an orange glow in the middle of a very dark night. Now obviously you can see those pictures. Now let's start to match up a little bit of numbers and a little bit of info for those images that you're seeing over my shoulder. I'm joined now by Derek Tysinger with the Kern County Fire Department. Derek, first let's just get into the very latest. What kind of numbers do we have as far as containment, as far as acreage, all the very latest info?
Right now we're looking at 0% containment. The fire is making several runs. It's over 1,200 acres at this time, and we still have over 200 structures threatened.
So what kind of effects did the conditions today have on this fire?
Well, we have conditions that have built up over the years. We have severe drought, low water, steep terrain, low humidity, high temperatures. You put those together, you're going to get extreme fire behavior.
Now let's talk a little bit about some of the homes. How many homes do you think were evacuated? Were any homes lost? What's the info on that?
We did evacuate those 200 structures. We still have the 200 threatened. We did lose multiple structures. We don't have a confirmed number of how many at this time.
Any idea as far as the timetable on this fire?
It looks like it's going to continue throughout the week unless we get some more favorable weather conditions.
Let's talk a little bit. For one thing, we saw airdrops throughout the day. Are we expecting to continue to see those throughout the night, or if you guys stopped those?
We don't have any night drops going on right now, but we do have helicopter 407 on standby with night vision capability. If it was necessary, that would be activated and put into play.
And then last question, any idea on what caused this fire?
We're looking into that now. We have investigators on scene. We're narrowing down the point of origin, but right now the cause is still under investigation.
All right, Derek, thank you so much. So 0% containment right now, guys, 1,200 acres. Those are the very latest numbers. There's also a lot as far as traffic implications goes. Derek actually told me moments ago that they're working on a press release for that, and we should have a lot more information on that later, hopefully by 11 o'clock. We have so much more to go on this, so for now, I'm going to toss back to the studio. Courtney and Kurt, back to you guys.
All right, some very sobering numbers at this hour. Thank you, Tom.
You're now looking at video viewers shot and posted on our Facebook page. They're showing some clips of firefighters battling this blaze. As you can see, a large cloud of smoke rising, obviously coming in from earlier in the day. Firefighters have been working all day into the night as they try to control these flames. As the fire official just said, it's 1,200 acres and 0% contained at this time. They're not doing airdrops now, but before, you could see in the video planes flying overhead, dropping water onto the flames. You can see smoke coming from all different directions. Again, thank you to our viewers who sent in that video.
And residents who were evacuated are hoping and praying their homes are still standing. Eyewitness News reporter Jose Gaspar made contact with several residents of the area. Continues our live team coverage tonight. Jose?
Kurt, you know, just a few months ago, you'll remember that residents up here in the Kern River Valley went through a very similar experience. And just as in the previous fire, this one also caught people off guard. As they say, it was a very fast-moving fire. The smoke of this fire could be seen for miles.
I was just backing a car out from doing a smog, and I looked up there on the hill and I said, that's no barbecue.
That's the way Thomas Mullins of Wofford Heights describes what he says was a very fast-moving fire.
It was like a little tiny bit of smoke, and then all of a sudden we could see the fire coming down the hill, all the way down the hill.
All residents could do was either watch or take action to stay safe. Sheriff's deputies quickly started evacuating people.
This is the first time it's ever got this close to us. You know, we've had other fires around us, but never like this one. It's kind of scary.
The fire broke out shortly before 3 o'clock, just to the west of Wofford Heights, putting numerous homes, people, and animals in danger.
It was scary, real scary.
Too close for comfort.
Too close, too close. That's why I'm here now. We help people get their animals out.
Several roads were closed off and people were not allowed to go through. Some had no idea if their homes were still standing.
I'm concerned about it hitting my house. I live down below, and the house up here, which we can't get to.
And we're back out live now. As you can see, those are flames that are actually shooting right now in the night sky, and they're only about 2 miles away from here in Wofford Heights. We're actually on 155 at the post office right now. And now firefighters tell me there won't be until daylight where you'll actually get to appreciate some of the damage that this fire has done. Some structures have been lost. So far, though, no residents that we know of have been injured. That's the latest here from Wofford Heights. Jose Gaspar. Now back to you in the studio.
And that is the most important thing. No one hurt at this hour. Everyone
as far as we know.
Very cautious, right. Well, viewers have sent us lots of pictures of the fire on Facebook.
And here are some of the photos that you posted. Jessica Baumgartner sent us this picture her husband took sitting in front of West America Bank. Obviously a large cloud of smoke rising there.
Michelle Morale posting this picture from friends at Kernville Road.
And Michelle Lundberg took this photo from across the lake.
And if you have any more pictures, please send them to us by heading to our Facebook page, Eyewitness News Bakersfield Now. Hundreds of residents have been forced out of their homes tonight, as you might imagine. Eyewitness News reporter Kendall Nunley was at an evacuation center earlier today. Joins us live with more. Kendall?
Kern, that's right. We were at Kern Valley High School on Erskine Creek, where families affected by today's Wildfire can go to find some shelter. Now, as you said, we were at the evacuation center today, where families are provided a number of services, from food, clothing, water, drinks there, and of course, a safe place to stay. Now, I spoke with the Kern County chapter of the Red Cross today, who says they set up the shelter as soon as they got the call from the Department of Human Services to provide help to the people up here. Now, again, the shelter is located at Kern Valley High School on Erskine Creek, which volunteers say will remain open as long as it's needed to be 24/7.
We understand that this is a very traumatic time and it's a hard time for them, and especially if their homes have been lost, we definitely want to assist them as much as possible, provide them with some guidance as what to do next.
Now, as we learned at the top of the hour, 200 homes have been evacuated. So again, Kern Valley High School is where families can go to find some shelter tonight, and as long as it is needed. Now, the Red Cross is also asking for people around the entire county to come in and help as volunteers. Reporting live in Wofford Heights, Kendall Nunley, Eyewitness News.
All right, Kendall, thank you very much for that update. Well, wind is always a firefighter's worst enemy.
That's right, and for the very latest on weather conditions on the fire lines, here's our Anthony Bailey in the Weather Center. Anthony?
Yeah, that's right. Good evening, guys. We've been watching kind of the forecast for that area here for the last several hours. Here's a target area that we're looking at. It's that area northwest, of the Lake Isabella area there to the north and north of Wofford Heights there for the most part. We'll give you a look at what's going on across Kern County. Obviously, things on the valley floor a little bit calmer, but as we head up to the mountains, temperatures are cooling off tonight. Lake Isabella right now showing 78 degrees, which puts us in that range there for the Wofford Heights area and Kernville there as well. As we go through the overnight, we'll only see those temperatures cooling down. Here is the good news. The temperature trend is going down. We're 3 degrees cooler in Ridgecrest, 4 degrees cooler in Tehachapi, and you can imagine that same area, that trend's continuing right for the Kern River Valley. It's only going to grow cooler through the next several days, largely because of a weather system we have on the way. The bad news is it's going to stay really dry up there. Of course, we've seen humidity levels down in the single digits, now into the double digits for some of those mountain communities. And the winds are fairly calm right now. I'll tell you, that could play a big role in it. As long as it stays calm, I think it'll be good for firefighters trying to get out and battle that blaze. Of course, back here in the valley tomorrow, we're going to be up to 88 degrees in the valley floor. And in the mountains, temperatures are going to be in the low 80s for us. Once again, cooler conditions are on the way for those firefighters battling this massive blaze. We'll have more on that coming up. Back to you.
Anthony, thank you, and we will continue to update you on that fire. But first, other very important news tonight. The GET buses will start running again tomorrow as the strike ends in its 5th week. Golden Empire Transit says all the rides will be free until September 1st. Eyewitness News reporter Carol Ferguson has the latest.
The bus drivers and mechanics have been striking and not driving till now.
We have a contract and we're ready to get back to work.
The some 250 workers, union members, have now agreed to a 3-year contract with a 3% raise the first year, followed by 2.5% and 2% hikes the next years. That follows negotiations late last week between GET and union teams.
Golden Empire Transit and Teamsters Local 517 have come to an agreement and looking forward to getting Bakersfield rolling again.
So, for the first time since July 15th, the buses will run. And GET spokeswoman Gina Hayden says all rides will be free till September 1st. I asked, how can they afford that?
We really feel that it's important to get everybody back on the buses, and then honestly we'll worry about finances afterwards.
GET had said they could not afford the 4% raise the union originally wanted because their funding is uncertain. Hayden says now they'll monitor their finances in the coming year. Teamsters Secretary Chester Siniga says the strike was for better wages and to prove a point.
I believe those were addressed also by City Council, and that was also a big part of getting this contract.
The council had weighed in, critical of the GET Board of Directors.
I think that through this process, it became clear that there were some issues that need to be addressed. I think we have listened to the employees.
Hayden says they need better communication with the GET workers.
This agreement is the first step, the first solution, and we will move forward from there.
The buses will move forward again after 35 days at a standstill.
So everybody was hurt on this thing, but the main thing is we've come back together and we got Bakersfield moving again.
Meantime, a Bakersfield man convicted of several crimes will now spend the rest of his life in prison. Patrick Darnell Harris sentenced today to life without parole for murder, robbery, and carjacking. In 2009, he robbed the Keys barbershop on East Brundage Lane at gunpoint. The murder charge is for killing 17-year-old Silverio Rodriguez that same year.
A teacher with the Kern County Superintendent of Schools has been put on leave after a special needs student was left unattended in a classroom last week. The family of 13-year-old Alyssa Reyna says their daughter was left in a classroom for more than an hour after school on Friday at Palm Avenue Elementary in Wasco. A KCSOS official says Alyssa missed her bus when she went to the bathroom, and she was later found alone in her classroom. The teacher was put on paid administrative leave pending an investigation.
New details released surrounding the officer-involved shooting in Ferguson, how a pathologist describes the moments leading up to Michael Brown's death.
A grandmother's stop at the grocery store turns into a trip to the hospital, how she was attacked when she least expected it.
And a park ranger trying to do his job, severely beaten in the process. What happened that led him praying for mercy.
And with wildfires going on, we're keeping a close eye on our mountain communities. Could we see thunderstorms pushing in? Stay tuned to the full forecast coming up.